just listen to me just really carefully. You said to me, I will never know what it feels like to feel like a woman trapped in a man's body. How does anybody know what it feels like to be a woman when you're a man? Using the premise of your own argument, if I will never know how it feels to be trapped in a body when I'm a boy and how it feels to be a woman, how would somebody also know what it feels like to be a woman when they've never been one? How would you know? You've never been a woman. How would you know? You're absolutely right. I will never know how they feel, but how would you know? So, how are you using an argument that I will never know how they feel, but using an argument to prove their point? You've just made your own point and you've made your point redundant. How would you know? How does a boy know what a woman feels like? Why does he want to be a woman? Because those are the two that are already set. A man and a woman already been set. How would you know? Do you see? Do you see the argument here? To tell me, and I'm hearing you when I remember because I've heard this argument before, but the Lord is just, I appreciate the Lord for speaking this. It's like, how can you tell someone that you don't know how I feel? I'm going through things, and I'm telling you, you don't know how it feels to be a woman. But I would be in trouble for telling you don't know that you don't know what a woman feels like. How would you know? How would you know what a woman feels like? Again, the question isn't necessarily about attraction per se. The question is about how would you know what it feels like to be a woman? Because I'm not even talking about lesbian and gay. I've already conceded that some people have this particular that's the attraction piece. But we're talking about transgender here, rather than even talking about lesbian or gay. We're talking about transgender here. We're talking about changing sexes here. We're not talking about whether you're attracted to men or to women. I've considered that, and I believe that some people do generally have an attraction to men or to women, and they're going to have the same fight that I have, which is you need to find Jesus, be born again. But we're talking about changing your sex now. How would you know? How would I know what it feels like to be a woman? That's what question I'm asking you when in Rome, right? How would you know? That's the question I'm asking. And the reason I'm asking that is because no trans person can honestly answer that question because you've never been one. Now, maybe if you're intersex, we can have a conversation, right? Maybe if you're intersex, we can have that conversation, right? That we can talk about. And I would understand. If you're intersex, then we can talk about. They trade a line, and that may be slightly different. We don't know how, you know what I mean? But majority of people are not intersex. You know? So that's what I'm talking about. That, yeah. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So what I'm saying to you is that you're absolutely right. So we have to use your argument as a reason why the argument also deducts from them also saying about how they feel. Precisely, Lin. That's why I said the agenda. The forcing of the cis onto women. It doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you want to do that? Right? Why do they have to be cis women? If they say they don't like it and they don't like being called that, why would you keep on doing that? Because like you said, they're men. And that's what I've been saying. Because men do that because they're progressive in society like that. That's how we progress in our society, because we take up space. So that's exactly that's exactly where to go. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, huh, I wish there was we could have some trans people also give their point of view. Maybe I need to do some TikTok, because TikTok is usually where they have this kind of conversation. I won't lie to you. On TikTok, it happens a lot. But yeah, um, yeah, you know.